Good morning. Today I want to talk about how WMAF relationship contributes to the rise or prevalence of Asian hate crime. WMAF stands for Western or White Male Asian Female Relationships. You can see a lot of WMAF relationships on the street. You can see Asian girls hanging out with white men all the time, um, even more than Asian girls hanging out with or having relationship with Asian men. So it is very, very common in the United States. Now, why do I say that this relationship contributes to the prevalence of Asian hate crime? To start with, Asian hate crime happens very often nowadays. You can see people shooting Asians, punching Asians. Now, yesterday there is a very violent shooting going on in Atlanta, and a lot of people um, died because of this Asian hate crime. And there are, of course, many reasons contributing to such violence or rising of the violence. The first of all is the COVID situation. That is self-evident. There are many misbeliefs and many propaganda going on towards Asians. But today I want to focus on the the hidden reason or even the main reason why this violence violence towards Asians are so common, and that is because of the WMAF relationships. Um, WMAF relationships, the the prevalence of WMAF relationships mean that Asians are generally submissive, and also they are very weak. You don't see many other interracial relationship as common as WMAF relationship in the United States. Percentage wise, you don't see black women hanging out with white men in as high percentage as Asian women hanging out with Asian with white men. You don't see Indian women, Indian from India women hanging out with white men as at such a high percentage hanging with white men, and you don't see Middle Eastern women having relationship with white men at such a outrageous percentage as Asian women with white men. So when people look at the relationship, the MAF relationship occurring so often, they may think that Asians are very submissive, are very weak. That means you can bully them as much as you want. They will never fight back. They will even like you after you hit them, because um, Asians tend to feel you as having a higher rank than themselves. Therefore, they can or people can just hit Asian or shoot Asians because the messages or implications is you can just uh, perform any violence as to them, and they will never fight back, and they will even like you after such wronggoings. And if you look at the why yesterday the shootings happened in massage parlor, and if you look at the victims, you can also see one of the women married to I was married to non-Asian. And massage parlors also is a kind of place there where Asian women very submissive, and they perform sexual acts and also other dark deeds to white men in those places. Therefore, that is the weakest spot where you can find where the Asians are locating. So if you want to do any violence as towards Asians, you go to the weakest spots like massage parlors. You go to the um, or any Asians hair salon or whatever like that, where there are a lot of Asian women, because you know that Asian women are very submissive and they will never fight back. So you go to those places. And why why and also I would like to point out that why massage parlors are mostly run by Asians but not by Indians or Middle Eastern or other races. That is a very big question. Why these women, why these Asian women wants to perform sexual misconduct to people in general? Why they wants to out why they wants to marry um, non-Asian so much, and that is very strange. So such strangeness, such outrageous going things going on, all contributes to white men fearing Asians are very as very submissive, as very strange, and they you can bully them as long as you want, and they are very weak. Therefore, you don't see white men goes to a shooting, having a mass shooting towards other African Americans because uh, or mass shooting or punching Indians in the face because they are very tough and they will fight back. They won't marry you just because you are white. Therefore, I do understand that WMAF, they some of the relationship are genuine, but most of them all contributes to yellow fever and uh, also other outrageous reasons. Therefore, I would like to point out this very hidden reason why WMAF can be a main reason contributing to the prevalence of Asian hate crime. Besides, if you look at the other Asians protesting against the Asian hate crime, uh, a lot of such representatives are women. You don't see men there. So why women represents Asians in general? That should also change. I would say that if almost all of those protesters or of those tweeters or YouTubers protesting against Asian violence women, it will just make the image of Asians being weaker and and turn things worse. Because if uh, if you think of Asians, you think of Asian women, Asian massage parlors, uh, WMAF relationships, then the violence will become worse, and the violence and the number of such shootings will go up and up and up. Therefore, I want to point out that more men should stand out uh, protesting against Asian crime, and also Asian women should be uh, think about themselves more, and also um, being more um, saying no to white men whenever any whenever opportunities come up, and also think about Asian men more.